Get ready, get ready, get ready. Hold on to your hat, fasten your seatbelt, and tie down your wig. You're tuned into the Kathy Brooks Show, where you will gain the knowledge to unleash your superpower. At the Kathy Brooks Show, you will be challenged. You will be inspired to action. You'll be given practical tools, and you will be transformed. Hello and welcome. I'm the host, Kathy Brooks, and I'm so glad you joined me today. If you're new here, welcome. If you are a return viewer, thanks for stopping by. All right. I am so excited today. I'm so excited. It's like I've been holding on to this for months now, and I'm so excited. But let's just take it slow and get started. All right. So today we have a special show and something really exciting. But first, let me tell you about this community. At this community, we encourage purposeful living to promote a prosperous spirit, soul, and body. And basically what that means is living with intention. We believe that to be able to provide you with practical tools, whether it's a word or a resource that can be applied to your life and your situation, that will encourage you to take action, and that action lead to transformation. Today, we will have some fun while learning. We will discuss food and discuss food as medicine. Isn't that exciting? That's so exciting. And let's start. I always like to start with a quote. And today's quote is from the Greek physician Hippocrates. He was considered the father of medicine. And he says, his quote is, "Let thy food be thy medicine, and thy medicine be thy food." It was then that the Greeks realized that food impacts a person's health. Today, we're going to uncover if that is still true. So are you ready to get started? Let's get started. Let's get started. Let's get started. All right. So let me go ahead and introduce my guest. So I don't want to take up a lot of time, but I want to give her as much time as she's going to need. So let's begin. We'll go ahead and start with our guest. Our guest today is Dr. Jarita Hagans. She is a board-certified family physician, native of Maryland, and lover of books. She completed her undergraduate and medical school years at Howard University in Washington, D.C. Afterwards, she trained in a surgery internship at Correllion Roanoke Memorial Hospital in Roanoke, Virginia. Eastern Virginia Medical School, Portsmouth Family Medicine is where she received her family medicine training. She had the honor of being intern of the year and chief resident while training there. Operating a clinic for battered women, shelter, and providing medical care for a homeless shelter were her two favorite projects. After residency, she practiced in post-Hurricane Katrina, New Orleans, and discovered a love for cooking, gardening, and natural remedies. She is the founder of Zion Family Practice, a family practice office focused on knowledge, prevention, and wellness, with plans to revolutionize the way community healthcare is delivered. Help me welcome Dr. Jorita.
Thank
Hello.
you. Thank you for having me.
I'm so happy that you're here. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. And I just want to let everybody know you have to stick with us because we have something at the end of the show. So you have to stay until the end so you can see what's going to happen. So welcome, Doctor. What do you like to be called, Dr. Jarita?
I go by Dr. Jarita.
Okay, good. All right. So I gave a little bit of introduction. Um, Go ahead and tell everybody how. I mean, we know that you studied and took the time to study and do your internship and all of that. Tell us a little bit about what you do.
So I'm a traditional family practice doctor, but I like to get into discussion with my patients about what kind of foods they're eating and what they're drinking and how that can contribute to whatever health problem they might be having
Okay.
and what we can do to prevent things like if they're in the range for pre-diabetes or pre-high blood pressure, how we can keep it from becoming full-blown high blood pressure or
Mm.
full-blown diabetes.
Okay. 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 So you give them two types of prescriptions, it sounds. Um, One for eating and hopefully not any medicine if they do the first one properly.
Yeah, so I have a patient recently whose blood pressure was a little bit over what it was. Like I could add another blood pressure medicine to you, but I don't want to. I really want us to work on these particular things with your food and see if we
Okay.
can fix it.
Okay. Okay. Well, as I mentioned in the quote from the physician, the Greek physician, Hippocrates, he said that let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food. And we're going to make sure, or you're going to help us to understand how that's going to benefit us and how food is not just to keep us alive, to sustain us, but it'll also help us, like you said, if we have some approaching diabetics, we're on the cuffs of something, how food can make a difference in whether or not we have to go and get medicine or some other treatment. Lisa says, oh, yes, I need to hear about the right foods for blood pressure.
Okay.
All right. So we'll let you go ahead and start. Do you want to just talk a little bit more about, let's talk about blood pressure since that's a good topic, and kind of let us know, um, really, I don't know if I understand blood pressure and what what is the impact of it being high, and how does it affect all the other organs in your body and things like that?
So high blood pressure, we call it the silent killer
Mm,
because you may not necessarily feel bad when your blood pressure is high.
mm-hmm.
If you are having symptoms from high blood pressure, like headaches or chest pain or fingers tingling and getting numb and things like that, then probably the blood pressure is really, really out of the box at that point. When it's just
Wow.
a little bit elevated, you might not know about it. So it's important to get a regular doctor and get your blood pressure checked regularly. If you
Mhm.
don't already have known medical problems, at least be seeing your doctor once a year for a physical. If you do have medical problems, you probably need to see your doctor every 3 to 6 months
Okay.
and just keep that monitored and check your blood pressure at home. Get a blood pressure cuff if you have been diagnosed with high blood pressure, and it can damage other organs. Can damage your heart. It can damage your kidneys. So we definitely want to get blood pressure under control before anything like that happens and it starts stretching your heart out of shape and making your kidneys not work properly and things like that.
Oh yeah, we definitely want to get that under control. Uh, you know, in a lot of times, what like my mother and all them, they used to say, cut back on the salt. Salt has been the main culprit, I guess. But I, I, I think, don't our bodies need to have some salt?
Our bodies do need to have some salt. Pretty much what a low sodium diet is considered is 2,300 milligrams of sodium, and most people in America eat like 3,000 milligrams of sodium per day or more.
3,000. So 2,300. We're supposed to have 3,000. So that's what 700 over.
Yeah, and there's so much salt in everything. You start reading the labels. I actually changed what I was gonna cook today because I found out that the vegan sausage that I like to use, this vegan Italian sausage, that it actually has a lot of sodium in it. I was looking up the nutrition facts for another class. I was like, oh my God, it has 600 milligrams of sodium per sausage link. I was like, oh, gotta change
Wow.
that. So in
Well,
general, if I'm in the grocery store and I'm buying something that's pre-made, I try to buy fresh stuff. Try to shop the perimeter and get fresh
mhm.
fruits and vegetables and fresh meat and season it myself. But if I'm getting something that's already pre-made in a box, bag, can, jar, I'm not trying to look at the nutrition label and make sure that there's less than 400 milligrams of sodium, and hopefully it's a lot less than that. If it's more than 400 milligrams of sodium, I got to put it back
Okay.
because I'm
Okay.
adding it up in my mind. Is it gonna make me reach that 2,300 milligrams per day?
So sodium, salt is one of the things that they use to preserve, right?
Right,
Okay. So while they are preserving it, it also adds to, you know, raising the salt level in the food itself.
right,
So it's better to get it fresh if we can, right?
right.
So like can canned vegetables, is that, which one is, would you say would be better, the canned vegetables, or like if you can't get fresh, what would be the
I think
best
the
best thing?
other alternative to fresh is frozen. If
Okay.
it's just the vegetable and it's not the ones that come like pre-seasoned or whatever, if it's just the frozen vegetable, I think those are fine.
Okay. Okay.
Mm.
Well, if you want to talk and do your thing at the same time, I'm
Okay.
good with that. So tell us about what you have, what presentation you have.
So we're actually gonna make a pizza today, and since we're talking about sodium, let's talk about one of the ingredients that we have. So sometimes I make pizza sauce by boiling tomatoes and doing all that. But today I bought some. This one's a pretty good brand. It's Rouse brand because it has a lot less added sugar than
Hmm.
other tomato sauces. This only has 2 grams of sugar. You look at some of them, it's like 30 grams of sugar added to the tomato sauce, and then the sodium content on this is just 170. So it meets our rule of being less than 400 milligrams, and it's a lot less than 400
Oh,
milligrams.
okay, that's good.
Yeah.
170. Okay. Okay, that's good.
And then we're
That's good.
gonna use some other seasonings too. I pretty much put onion powder and garlic powder on almost everything that I cook.
Me
Even
too. I do too.
if
I do
I
too. That's my staples.
yeah. Even if I already have fresh onions or fresh garlic in there, I think it just adds a lot of flavor to it. And then, of
It
course, we're
does.
going to have some herbs. We're going to use some oregano in this. And
Okay.
then I was going to use the vegan sausage, but since it has so much sodium in it, what I just did is chopped up some leftover sausage that I made. And what I did with this, because I'm trying to get away from processed foods, is I took some ground turkey and just seasoned it with a little bit of sea salt and some dried herbs. So the seasonings that we put in the homemade sausage patties was some fennel seed that kind of gives you a sausage taste. And then this is a spice mix. It doesn't have any salt in it. It has a lot of different herbs: rosemary, sage, thyme, oregano, parsley, basil, minced garlic. But the thyme and the sage is kind of those, and thyme, sage, and fennel is the flavors that kind of make it taste like a breakfast sausage. So that's
Okay.
what's in that, and we're gonna use that. And then we have some pre-chopped vegetables. I didn't want to take up a whole lot of time on the show chopping vegetables
Ooh.
and cut my fingertips off in the process.
Oh.
But we have some red bell pepper, some green bell pepper, onions, and mushrooms. And
Wow.
then what's gonna be the base of the cauliflower? We're talking a little bit about diabetes and pre-diabetes. This is a cauliflower pizza crust, and I'm gonna
Okay.
show that to you in a minute. It's frozen. You can buy it and just have it on hand in your freezer and pop it out. You can
Nikki
make
said she could just eat
cauliflower
the whole.
crust.
She could just eat the
Um,
the chopped up peppers and everything right now.
yes, yes.
I like mine
So
cooked though.
Oh, you say you like?
I like them cooked. I don't want to eat them all raw like that.
I'm gonna cook them a little bit just so that they don't take as much time cooking on top of the pizza.
Okay.
You turn the oven on so it can be heating up.
Okay. So you have cauliflower crust and it's pre-made.
Correct.
Okay, good, good. Yeah, there's a lot of recipes out there for making cauliflower crust, but if you want to take the time to do it, that's great. But oh, those look good.
Yeah, so you can make a cauliflower crust, but it's kind of labor intensive. So
Yeah,
you have to chop up the cauliflower super fine and squeeze the water out of it and do a whole lot of
yeah.
things. And
There's
to
a
me,
lot of
it's
steps.
just as nice to just buy your little crust and have it ready made and put your toppings on it.
So that crust, did you have to put it in the oven first?
No, it came out like this. It thawed out a little bit because I had it out of the refrigerator, so
Okay,
it's soft now. But it comes frozen, and this is exactly how it is. It's already a little bit browned.
okay.
Mhm.
Already looking good.
I'm
Already.
just gonna put the vegetables in the pan. Actually, let me.
Are you gonna saute them a little bit?
I am.
Okay. We're gonna have to get this recipe.
I'm just gonna let those do their thing, and we might as well go ahead and put our standard seasonings on them: the onion powder and the garlic powder.
Yep. What kind of taste can we expect from a cauliflower crust? That's what Lisa wants to know. What kind of taste can we expect from a cauliflower crust?
It doesn't taste like cauliflower. It tastes like a regular dough or bread.
Yeah, I think I've had it before, but I did not notice a difference.
Right,
I guess the difference would be in what type of tomato sauce that you put on it and
right.
the seasoning. That's what
Topping.
gives it the flavor. Because if you eat regular cauliflower, just regular, it don't really have a whole lot of taste
Right.
by
It's
itself.
gonna take on the flavor of whatever you put on it.
Yeah. The other day I was visiting with my sister and she made a cauliflower. What is that called? Uh, I can't think of it right now, but it's basically cauliflower. Instead of the chicken, it's the cauliflower, the red sauce, whichever red sauce you want, and the cheese on top, and put
Oh,
it in
like
the
a
oven.
parmesan.
Parmesan.
Like a
That's
chicken
exactly what she wrote.
parmesan.
Yeah,
Okay.
and because the cauliflower was sliced really thick, it gave you the consistency that it was like you was eating meat. So
Okay.
that's one way to trick yourself into eating better.
Yeah, another thing that I've done with cauliflower is boiled it a little bit and just blanched it, boiled it for a few minutes, and then put in some cold water, stop it cooking, and use that in the place of macaroni noodles. And still
Oh
made
yeah,
my cheese sauce
right.
the same way, but then just mixed it with the cauliflower, so you had that instead of the noodles. So it's mac and cheese, but without the mac.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, cauliflower I found is a good base. I've had the cauliflower mac and cheese. I didn't make it myself, but I've had it before and that's really good. The other recipe that's really good I found is the cauliflower mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
Well, not really. It's you do it just like a mashed potato, but like you said, cauliflower takes on the taste of whatever ingredients you add to it.
Right.
It's a great base for making substitutions,
Right.
having good substitutions. And there's also another recipe with cauliflower for a smoothie.
Oh.
So you take the little baby cauliflower, frozen uh, cauliflower. If you like chocolate, you can put in cocoa powder. If you like bananas, you can put in almond milk and peanut butter. If you like peanut butter or almond butter, blend it up real good. Oh, that's a good little treat.
Wow, I've never had cauliflower in a sweet recipe.
I had neither, but It's good because, if you have a person like myself that has a sweet tooth sometime, um, I need to find other substitutes so that I'm not taking in too much carbs and all that
Yeah.
other good stuff.
Another nice substitution is spaghetti squash.
Oh
So if
yeah.
a person is diabetic, if you're not diabetic and you just want to eat less refined carbs, you can bake your spaghetti squash. You split it down the center and scoop the seeds out. So it's kind of like a pumpkin seed, like looking thing for
Yeah.
squash. And then you season it like you would season your pasta with garlic powder and onion powder, a little bit of salt and pepper and olive oil, and bake it maybe like 30, 40 minutes. And it gets soft inside. And then when it cools off and you scrape it, the flesh comes out like in a noodle form.
Yes, yes. That is good. I do like that. That is labor intensive, that one. So
Yeah.
it's one of those make ahead kind of situations. But also, as a suggestion, now in the stores you can find what they call zoodles. The
Yeah.
what is it? Zucchini noodles and other noodles that they've already done for you.
Right.
Ooh, that looks good. Mm, I like the sound.
Vegetables. And we're not really cooking them to death. We're just getting them a little bit soft. So they don't have to cook as much on top of
Hmm.
the pizza.
Okay,
Let me bring the crust
so that
a
looks
little bit of
really good.
sausage in there
Okay,
already.
so you just spread the sauce on it.
Right.
You put the meat. Um, and what did you say you use for the meat? Turkey.
It's the ground turkey.
Okay, ground. Okay, ground turkey.
Ground
Okay,
turkey and then just basically some Italian seasonings and fennel seed.
okay. Now I don't know if I've had fennel seed. Is that the one that you usually find on the pizza, the little long skinny?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. I always wonder what that was.
If you had Italian sausage, then you probably had fennel seed.
Okay, okay, good, good, good. Ah,
You
nice.
spread those vegetables on there.
Lisa said that she's done the spaghetti squash. It was so
Okay.
good. I put butter and cheese on it, and it was
Oh,
delicious. Okay.
yeah, I put an Alfredo sauce on there before, and then whatever topping that I was gonna have on top of that.
What I found with the spaghetti squash, it is labor intensive, but I mean, if you take your time, you can get it done. Um, it's kind of to me almost like the cauliflower in that it takes on whatever seasoning and meats and all that stuff that you put on it. It takes
Right.
on the same flavor, and you won't even notice the difference. You won't miss the noodles, basically, the pasta.
So for the cheese, I do have a couple different kinds of cheeses. I have some dairy cheese. Um, so if I use dairy cheese, I try to use the part skim one, so it has less fat in it. And then
Okay,
we have some vegan cheese here, and this is made from tofu.
tofu.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I haven't
and
tasted this particular spread before, but I've tasted the sliced cheese from this brand, and I really liked it. So we're gonna see what it tastes like.
okay, okay.
See how
Uh, I
that's
that's
good.
tofu. Hmm.
Hmm. So this is like a mozzarella substitute.
Okay. Now is tofu one of those bases that'll take on the different flavors? So I'm not a tofuer. So
Okay. So if you have plain tofu, like if you have a block of firm tofu, that one doesn't taste like anything, and you have to season it. Like I've made like a faux chicken skewer where I put you have to squeeze the
oh
water out
yeah, 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 yeah.
together.
Okay. So Lisa wants to know, does that tofu cheese, does it taste like cheese?
It does taste like cheese. This one tastes kind of like a mozzarella or a mild American cheese.
Now, does it melt like cheese?
We're gonna find out.
Oh,
I've never used this shredded one before. I've used the sliced one before, but we're gonna see how the shredded one melts.
so on your other projects, the sliced one melts just like cheese, huh?
Right.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's a new one for me. I'll have to try that one out.
Hmm.
So if you're using the tofu, that puts you and you have like lactose or anything like that, you don't have to deal with that with the tofu cheese.
Right.
Okay.
The tofu, if you have the plain tofu, this is flavored because it's cheese, but if you have that plain block of firm tofu, it's gonna take on whatever you put it on it. Like I put some jerk seasoning on it before, where I had this jerk seasoning paste, and we made skewers with it, kind of cut it up like chicken cubes, and added other vegetables to the skewer and grilled it so that it was kind of like a chicken and vegetable skewer with jerk seasoning. It was fantastic.
Really, you can put it on the grill?
Yeah, once they got that jerk seasoning and the smoke flavor from the grill, I'm trying to tell you.
Uh-huh. Okay, that's a new one for me. So, okay, so talk to me about tofu. I'm not familiar with it. I heard of it. I've never really I've tried it maybe once or twice, but I can't remember what it tastes like. Is
So
it a soy base?
it is soy based. It's like a processed bean.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Cool.
it is. It is soy based, and it needs to be fermented for it to be a healthy kind. There's a lot of different kinds of ways to process tofu. There's been a lot of back and forth in the medical community and nutrition community about whether tofu is good for you or not. But basically, you want to make sure that it's been processed, that it's been fermented.
Okay. Okay. So are you now baking it or are you just
I
grilling?
am baking it. You know
Okay.
what? I forgot my oregano.
Ah.
I do want that on there.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna
Just
reach it there and sprinkle
sprinkle
it.
a little oregano. Mm-mm. Make me want to go in my kitchen and do something.
All right. So that's in there. It's been seasoned.
All right, all right, all right. So talk to me about okay, there's a recipe I like to do. It's like you take tomatoes, cucumbers, you slice them up real good. So instead of using like cheese, can I use like the block tofu and cut that in there and make it like a little salad? You know what I
You
mean?
would have to do something to the tofu to marinate it. Now they do make like vegan feta cheese, and that
Oh
might
yeah.
give you the consistency that you're looking for. But
Okay.
the block tofu, I don't know that it would do what you want it to because it's kind of soft unless you cook it.
Okay. I'll have to try it one day. One
Yeah.
day when I'm feeling a little adventurous. I'll
Okay.
try that. Okay. So while we wait on that to um, get good and hot and delicious, let's talk a little bit about more about food as medicine.
Okay.
So, um, talk to me about like I know vegetables. That's one of the things that I've been challenging myself lately to add more to my diet is vegetables. So, like the leafy vegetables
Right.
and things like that. So that could have been added also on the top of the pizza.
That's
Like
true. If you like spinach, you can add some spinach to the top of your pizza. And then once you serve your pizza, you can always serve a salad on the side. Yeah.
yeah. Well, you've given us a new take on pizza. I mean, it doesn't have to be terrible for us, but if you really like pizza, you don't have to take it out your diet. So
Right.
this is a new way of looking at it, and I think that's good. Uh,
Just trying to find some ways to make the things that you like a little bit healthier and try to see where you can maybe add in some vegetables or add in some fruit. to get those amount of servings per day that you want.
Yeah, you can load up on some vegetables with, like you did. You got quite a few on there,
Yeah,
but
well, there's
you
a
can
teeny
load.
bit of meat there.
Yeah, I saw. The meat was it's there. But you will get all your servings in.
Yeah.
So
And then you want to try to, even for breakfast, every meal, try to figure out how you can add some vegetables to it. Like you could have kale and spinach with breakfast, mix it into your eggs or your grits or what have you, or peppers or tomatoes or mushrooms, whatever it is that you like, and see if you can add some of that at every meal. Like what fruit or vegetable can I add to this meal?
yeah, that's a good one because, um, like I said, I'm challenging myself to add more vegetables, and omelets are a great way to do that. Omelets are a great way to do it, and if you don't have time in the morning, you can pre-make them in like little muffin tins
Mm-hmm.
and just bake them, and then grab and go for the week. Um, that's a good way to get the vegetables in, uh, and they store really good in the refrigerator.
Yeah. And then juicing and smoothies is another way to get your fruits and vegetables in. Like I did a blood pressure class the other day for some patients and people from the community, and they did studies that show that 1 cup of blueberries per day can help lower your blood pressure. Now I'm not probably not gonna eat a cup of blueberries every day, but I'll drink it. So
Yeah.
do some blueberry juice the other day.
Okay. I love adding blueberries to my smoothies.
This
Oh, you
one
juiced it?
seasoned, well, sweetened with pineapple, and then I have another one that's sweetened with honey. And it's just water, blueberries, and honey, or water, blueberries, and fruit. And I can
Oh,
drink that, and there's my blueberry serving to help lower my blood pressure.
nice. Hmm. Yeah. And you can add it to your smoothies. Like, one smoothie that I do is like a handful of spinach, blueberries. I add flaxseed. Um, what else? Water, banana, and a few other fruits that I might like. But blend it up really good. It's a nice smoothie, a breakfast smoothie. And one other thing that I learned, and you could probably help with that, is lemon. Like adding fresh lemon. It's
Yeah,
a good, like it's like a detergent lemon. Like it cleans
yeah.
stuff.
And you mentioned flaxseed. So flaxseed has omega-3 in it, and that's one of the supplements or nutrients that can help lower your blood pressure as well. So you probably heard of like fish oil having the
Hmm.
omega-3 in it and getting omega-3 capsules that have fish oil, but you don't have to get omega-3 from fish oil. If you don't eat fish, you don't necessarily want to take capsules. You can also get it from flaxseed, chia seeds, walnuts, and there's another supplement that's vegetarian that has omega-3 in it, something called algal oil that comes from algae.
Okay.
Yeah.
Arrowroot.
Algal oil, ALGAL.
Okay.
So it
Okay.
comes from algae.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and the flaxseed, I like to get it milled so it looks like,
Yeah.
you can add it to if you're baking stuff.
Right.
And does it also have fiber, good fiber?
It does have good fiber. Yeah, so you probably want to do your flaxseed when you don't have to go anywhere for the day because it might move
Yes, that's most
around.
definitely true. Yeah, uh, that's good. Like I add it in the morning, so yeah, it's good.
Mhm.
It'll clean you out really nicely.
Yeah.
So, what else? Oh, you mentioned chia seeds. Sometimes I put it in my water, just like to drink it with a few little chia seeds in it. But that's a um, not something a beginner might want to do.
Right. You can mix that and hide it in a smoothie.
Yeah, you can, because you might not want to look at it like that because chias will swell up.
Yeah.
They tiny, but they will swell up. They absorb a lot of water.
Yeah. Yeah. So you can blend it if you want to hide the chia seeds and then blend it up with your fruit. Yeah.
Yep. 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 So we'll take a quick break and we'll come back and check on the pizza.
All right.
This show is sponsored in part by Flat Fee Tax Prep and Services, offering quality tax preparation serving clients nationwide. For more information, visit www.flatfeecreditandtax.com. And don't forget to mention Stunner Radio sent you. Hey, it's your girl Lisa Dene, and I want to tell you about a product that has changed my life. Rain Premium Sanitary Napkins. Rain products are infused with a Nobel Prize-winning material called graphene. It's the graphene strip that provides the various health benefits that can improve your quality of life during that time of the month. Listen, I've been very loyal to a certain brand of feminine products, but I've never experienced the results I get with Rain products. The difference is in the graphene strip. Using Rain products has totally eliminated the painful cramps I experience, and it can also help balance your body's pH, eliminate harmful bacteria, and help fight fatigue. Graphene moves heat away from your core to keep you cool and comfortable. Ladies, it's time to upgrade your feminine care with products that not only offer protection, but also improve your health and wellness. Place your order today and receive your premium sanitary napkins delivered directly to your door. Visit www.drfcare.com to make your purchase today. And don't forget to mention that your girl Lisa Dene and Stunner Radio sent you.
All right, we're back. We are back. So we're back. Those of you just joining us, we have Dr. Jarita, and she is a primary internal medicine doctor, and she is doing a cooking demo right now. What she's done is she sauteed the vegetables. She got us our mouth watering right now because she has cauliflower pizza. So how's the pizza going? Looking good?
It's looking good. I'm gonna let us take a peek at it. Okay. So let me turn the camera down so you all can see. So this one is the vegan cheese, and this one is the dairy cheese. So the vegan cheese is taking a little bit longer to melt, but it's getting there.
Okay. So while you put that in there, I thought of a few, not quite questions, but maybe you can help. One thing I heard someone talk about was glucose and insulin. Now, can you help me understand? Like every time you eat, does that increase your insulin or your glucose? Does it spike it?
So what it is that insulin is stored in your pancreas, the organ that's near your stomach and your intestines. So when you eat something, your body breaks some of those things down into sugar, and the insulin is there to take care of that sugar. So then the insulin will get pumped into your intestines and kind of mix with the things that you ate to try to take care of that glucose or sugar and put it where it's supposed to go in your body, the places where it's stored and the organs that are going to use it, like your brain. When you have diabetes or pre-diabetes, you start having a condition. If it's type 2 diabetes, it means that you have insulin resistance, meaning that your body still makes insulin, but it doesn't listen to it as well. The body kind of gets confused about what to do with the sugar.
Okay.
So you're dealing with insulin resistance. It's different from type 1 diabetic people who are born with a blood sugar problem, and their pancreas either doesn't make any insulin at all or it makes very little, and they have to inject those insulin every day or they will die. But most people who develop diabetes later on or develop diabetes as an adult or adolescent are having insulin resistance, have that type 2 diabetes.
Okay. So type 2.
So things that increase insulin resistance is lack of exercise. And also if you're overweight, and then sometimes it runs in families.
Okay. So with those things that those can it be reversed or managed?
You can improve insulin resistance with exercise and with, if you're overweight, if you have belly fat, you want to try to lose weight to get rid of that belly fat. And even the people who didn't lose a ton of weight and they were able to get rid of that belly fat or lose maybe just like 10 pounds, it did improve the way their body handled insulin and sugar.
Okay.
And
Well,
then another killer is diet sodas. So diet sodas can lead to insulin resistance. It kind of confuses your brain because it gives you a sweet taste, but it doesn't give you that boost of sugar. So then your body gets confused. Like, I don't know if I should put out any insulin or not because it tastes sweet, but there's actually no sugar here. I'm not sure what I should do. Then later on, it doesn't have the right response when you do have something with sugar in it. So we really want to stop drinking artificial things and drink
okay.
mostly water, natural fruit juice, tea, not sugar sweetened tea, but something that you're brewing at home and maybe sweetening yourself with a little bit of honey or agave or whatever.
So does I love tea, and at first I had a problem with using too much sugar, and then I acquired a taste for honey
Okay.
in my food. So honey, it seems, well, they say honey is sweeter than sugar, but because it doesn't seem to have the same impact as sugar has, though. Is that true?
So it still has some sugar in it, but to me, it's less abrasive to your body than honey.
Okay.
Mhm.
I like what you said about the diet drinks because they use that phosphorus. I can't remember what it's called, but there's a lot of drinks on the market that use that artificial sweetener.
Right.
So I think we could group those all together with the diet. If you're having any issues with the type 2 or insulin and all the stuff you described, maybe we should stay away from the diet drinks. I mean, can you say just have a regular Coke?
Now, sodas, I'm trying to tell you, I might have a Coke like once or twice a year, like at Christmas time. We really need to start looking at it as a treat and not as a daily drink.
Okay,
Yeah.
as a treat. Okay.
You
Well,
can't
I
see
don't.
what I'm drinking here, but it's water. And it's not my real water bottle. I'm going to show you the one that I take to work every day.
Oh, it's the giant ones, huh?
This is my real water bottle,
Oh yeah.
64 ounces. And this one is 32. So if I'm not going anywhere for a long period of time, I might take this one. But if I'm going to work all day, 64 ounces.
Well, I commend you for that because number one, for me, I challenged myself to drink water. But what I found is when I had that, number one, it was too big to carry around every day. Number two, looking at that much water, I was like, I don't know. I don't know if I can do it. But I guess it's just a mind thing because I can finish a small one like this. I can finish
Yeah.
this over and over and over again.
This is 32 ounces. So if the big one seems too intimidating, you can just fill this one twice during the day.
Okay, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
that big one is too intimidating for me. Even though it has all the nice sayings that are helpful.
Keep going.
Yeah, yeah. It's a bit much. It's a bit much. So that big one is a gallon, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So do we actually need to have 1 gallon a day?
It depends on if you have other medical problems. Like some people are supposed to be on fluid restriction, like people who have congestive heart failure where their heart is stretched out of shape, or people whose kidneys don't work as well as they used to and they can't get rid of the water. So it depends on whether or not you're supposed to be on fluid restriction. If you don't have those kind of medical problems, then you're probably okay to drink 64 ounces. But just check with your doctor first.
Okay. So would you suggest if someone takes a lot of medicine to drink more water to help flush some stuff out of their system?
For the most part, the reason why we're drinking water is just because, well, first of all, our body is 70% water.
Okay.
So when you don't have enough water, you're going to begin to have different problems. Like a patient told me that he only drinks water when his back starts to hurt. Like, your kidneys are dry. Or if you're having headaches all the time, might be because your brain is getting dry. You need to like keep the stores full
Okay.
so that things can begin to work properly. And then if you don't drink enough water, you have a problem with vitamin absorption too. Because there's tons of vitamins, but only 4 of them, vitamin A, D, E, and K, are absorbed in fat or fat soluble. All the other vitamins, all your B vitamins and vitamin C, are absorbed in water. So if you're not having enough water, you probably are having a problem taking up your vitamins from the food that you eat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So you touched on supplements. So I know when I went to the doctor, they were saying that I didn't. Which one is the one that you get from the sun? Is it E?
Vitamin D.
Okay, vitamin D. Well, I'm here in Texas and we get plenty of sun, but apparently I'm deficient. Is it because I'm inside a lot?
Yeah, so you have to be outside during the midday hours, like between 12 and 3, like when the sun is highest in the sky, and you need to get about 15 minutes of sun exposure, and your face and neck and your arms need to be uncovered for you to
Oh,
get the amount of vitamin D that you need.
okay. So I wasn't aware of the rules. I'm
Yeah.
just
Woo.
we getting our son from walking to the car and back into the house.
So here we go. I think that's pretty much done. The vegan cheese, this shredded cheese didn't melt that much. It didn't melt as much as the slices. And I think it's because the shredded ones kind of have something in them to keep them from sticking together.
Mhm.
So it's usually potato starch. And I think that might be the thing that kept it from melting as well as the slicing. Yeah, I think
Ooh.
it has some potato starch in it. That's what it is.
Okay. Let's take a look at that again.
Okay. Okay. So this one here, my picture's reversed. So this one
That's
over
fine.
here is
The
the
cheese.
non-vegan one, and this one here is the vegan cheese. But it
Okay.
both have the same toppings. The homemade sausage made with ground turkey and some Italian seasons, mushrooms, red bell peppers, green bell peppers, onions, and our tomato sauce with low sodium and low sugar. And some
Nice.
oregano and onion powder and garlic powder.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
So can we have a slice in a minute?
Okay.
I want to see how that crust look. We
Okay.
want to see how the crust, if it holds up the same as the regular. Oh, you got a serious knife, a lever, a cleaver. You got a
It's kind of crunchy, so it's gonna take a little bit to cut through. It's kind of like a similar to like a thin crust pizza.
oh, okay. It like the consistency like a not quite like a cracker, but
Yeah.
got I hear the crunch. Okay, that's what I was listening for. The little crunch.
Yeah, crunchy.
There it is.
Okay. So there's our slice there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I'm not gonna bite into it because it's smoking.
No. We don't want that.
Not gonna bite into it yet.
We'll wait for it to cool off. We'll save it. We'll get a good shot to put on so everybody can see. See that they can make it at home.
Yeah.
Can make pizza at home. So
and this is something that you can keep in your pantry. You can keep the pizza sauce in your pantry. It's not going bad. You can keep the crust in your freezer. You can keep some cheese in your drawer. That's not going bad. And then just whatever vegetables you have in your refrigerator.
And also, that pizza would be great for if you had any rotisserie or leftover chicken or anything like that, and you like cheese and you like chicken on your pizza, You can add that. If you have kids, it's a good way to have a pizza night. They can help put it together.
Yeah,
Have a pizza party. Some great ideas.
Mm-hmm.
Pizza party night. With some adults, have some adult beverage with it. I like.
All right.
Well,
Now,
I don't know.
speaking of adult beverages, red wine was one of the things that was found to help lower blood pressure.
Okay.
Not whiskey and beer, not white wine, because it's made in a different way where they don't use the stems and seeds and whatnot, but the red wine only helps to lower blood pressure.
So how much of that actually? What do you recommend? A
So
bottle a day?
one drink, which is probably just a few ounces, maybe like here.
A day?
Yeah,
Oh.
just
It take
one
a little.
little drink.
Well, we're gonna have to test that theory and see one drink a day for about 30 days. See what's gonna happen with the blood pressure.
So moderate alcohol for women is considered one drink per day, and then for men, 2 drinks per day. Yeah.
We're talking about wine, though, right?
Wine, correct.
So there's no other alcohol that falls in the category of helping us from medicinal purposes.
And there might be some other medicinal purposes for other types of drinks, but in the blood pressure studies, it's only the red wine was proven.
Okay, just thought I'd check. Just thought I'd check. Okay, so all right. So let's get a good shot of that pizza, and then we can I'll go into my announcements and everything. That looks really good. Yeah, I'm gonna get that recipe, and I'll post it out for everybody, and that's something that they can make at home.
Okay.
A good challenge. Well, thank you, Dr. Jarita. I really enjoyed the conversation. I really learned some things, and hopefully, someone picked up some good tips that's going to help them. We're going to strive to do better. I'm going to do better. I'm encouraged to reduce the fat. I'm encouraged to do so. Because there's benefits.
Time, a few changes here and there.
Yeah. That's my theory too. Small steps equal to big steps, but you got to start somewhere. So, thank you so much for your time. We'll go ahead and move into our quick announcements, and then before we close out, we'll come back and we'll. Before we go, tell everybody how they can reach you.
So people can reach me on all social media at Dr. Jarita. So I'm at Dr. Jarita on Instagram and at Dr. Jarita on Facebook.
Okay. Oh, one thing I did forget to mention, you're part of the Mercy Chefs, right?
No, I donated to them.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Because I know that they were going to be in somewhere in this area, I think, in Texas. Okay. All right. So great. Thank you again for your time. So let's pull up our announcements so we can do our announcements. So our announcements are, let's go ahead and let's keep registering for the Listen Up Challenge. Go ahead and subscribe to Stunner Radio. Follow the Kathy Brooks Show on Instagram and Facebook. And contact me how you can advertise your business. Listen Up Challenge giveaway. I'd like to see your picture right there. We have a new episode that's coming up, not this week. Remember, we're here on the 2nd and the 4th Sunday, and we will have Saida. She is a young lady who has some great things going on, and it'd be a great opportunity for us to chat with her. So I'm excited that she's going to join us. And let's give it up again for Dr. Jorita. Thank you so much for your time. And I have been so excited about this episode. I'm like, oh, I can't wait. I can't hold it in. And I'm going to take that recipe and I'm going to make it. And then I'm going to post it for you so you can see it. So we'll put that challenge out for everybody else if they want to also do some recipes. And I think you have recipes on your Instagram. You can follow, when you follow Dr. Jarita, she's always cooking and posting stuff. So if you're looking for good recipes and you have any questions for her on different products that might be in some of these, when you're reading the labels, um, she may be a good place to um, to ask questions. So, with that said, we're going to say goodbye. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you all for your support. And I pray that you will prosper in all things and be in good health, just as your soul prospers. All right. Have a good day, good night, whatever, whenever you're watching this. All right. Bye.